Check it out. Man is waiting
Wow,
to cool
everybody's
himself
speaking about Egypt,
with the
and
nuclear
they're not
weapon.
taking out no time to
It's so
go and
dangerous.
see
He
how the
don't know
people
what
live
to do with
into the
it.
land they call Kemet.
It's
If they
kill
do
boys
go
and
there,
girls,
they go to the city.
beasts and birds.
So they do not really see what take place.
What he gonna do
They don't see
with this
how the people
nuclear
live
weapon?
and the tradition of the people because they're just
There
going
is
to the
no
pyramid.
hiding place.
You know, when I
There
travel,
is no hiding place for the nuclear weapon.
I will take a taxi and I go way out, not to the
He
city.
don't know what to do.
If I stay in the hotel, I
He
go
don't know what
way
to
out.
do with himself.
And I will speak with
The
the taxi
nuclear
driver
weapon
to find out what
is
takes
a
place in that
terror
village.
destruction.
I'll stop to the local bar, and if
Man
there
is
is
so
people
afraid
in
of
there,
himself.
I'll sit
He
in there
don't
with
know
them and have
what
a
to
drink.
do is to wake
And I
up.
also give them a drink.
There
I'll
is no
set the bar
hiding
up.
place.
Everybody have a drink. Bartender, bartender,
There is no hiding
everybody
place
have
for
a
the
drink.
nuclear weapon.
And I will have conversation maybe with one or two people
They can't take it
to
no
find out how the
place.
village sustain themselves.
Under the ocean,
I did that when I traveled to Europe.
above the
And
ocean.
I've met people that speak English. I thought they were
There is no
Jamaicans
hiding
myself.
place for this
When I went
nuclear
to
weapon.
Barcelona, it's the same thing. I went into North
Man is
Africa
so afraid of himself.
and I met people that speak English and I
With
have a
the
very
nuclear
good time with
weapon.
them and I learn a little thing. I learn something.
He don't know
So
what to
wherever
do
you go, you can learn a lot of things
with this
if
nuclear
you just
weapon.
relax yourself and
He go
obey
to
the
the
rules.
ocean. He's afraid.
What I'm saying with the black men,
He take it into
when they
space.
travel, they need to go to the country part. Go way out,
He also afraid.
get more experience.
He don't know.
And those that is saying
He
that
don't
they're
know what to do with this
they becomes
weapon.
archaeology or whatever, digging up the ground,
He kill boys.
finding the bones of the dead,
He kill girls.
finding the bones of the mommy.
He kill birds and beasts.
They're not really doing that.
All the fish in the
Do you know what they're
ocean.
doing? They're going to the internet.
What you gonna do
Some of them are going to the Congress library
with this nuclear
and pick up
weapon?
all these stuff that are in English and
What
they're
you gonna
pretending
do
that they're smart and trying
with
to
this
fool their
nuclear
people
weapon?
because they do not speak the
Man
dialect
can't
of
help you.
Africa. There are many dialects.
God can help
If you go
you
to Nigeria, that is about 100 dialects or more.
with this
If you go to
nuclear
Libya,
weapon.
it's more than 20 dialects of the language.
You think he can help you?
So when they go to the Library of Congress, whatever they picked out is are in English.
Man is just waiting
Then they
for
go
the
from there
appointed
and
time.
call themselves a scholar. It's okay,
To
but
blow
they're not
his
doing it the
shofar.
right way because they're making you believe that they're a learned person. They're well learned by themselves.
Check it
And
right
they
out.
will write a book
Like
with 5 little page or 10 little page in there.
They kill men. They kill
And that's how
boys.
they do
They
it.
kill girls. They kill the fish of
Following
the
me?
ocean.
I wrote a book, it's not no 10 page and 20 page or 30 page. But everything is from myself.
It kill all creatures.
Regardless how it put together, it's from myself.
That's why man don't know
If you got a few arrows in there,
what to do with this nuclear weapon.
it's still okay. So you can understand when errors are there. But in this book,
Know
there is more errors in there more than anything else.
what to do with this nuclear weapon.
So it's okay. But we already know it's not for real. Because it have been made by the white people. So if it's made by the white people, you know there's a problem. But nobody asks the question. See, I've been asking this and no one sent me any information. This book that the white men put together, where do we get this story from to put the book together? It's very simple to ask those questions. Did he wrote it from himself? Did these white people wrote this book from themselves? Or they get this story from the continent of Africa? Those are the questions people should be asking. But they do not ask those questions. They just go along with the stories. And they will fight you over the story of the Bible. They will also want to murder you over the story of the Bible. Because you're blaspheming against God and His Son. Huh? These preacher men want to murder you over the Bible.
Waiting to kill himself.
Because you're blaspheming against God and His Son. So you become scared. You don't want to speak of the Bible. Because it is the Word of God. So, as I said, this guy will go to the Congress and find stuff or go on the internet and trace stuff and say, hey, this guy do this guy do that. So they're copying from each other and call themselves scholars.
With this nuclear
They're not going any place and digging up any grave. They're not digging up any grave no place.
there is no hiding.
Have you ever seen one of them digging grave up? Talk to me. But yet still they're scholars.
Don't know what to do.
They know about the pharaohs. They know about the Ramsey. They know about the Canaanites.
Weapon.
They know about the Cushites.
It's a terrible.
They know everything. And they have not been to none of those places.
Man is so afraid
If
of
they
himself.
do go there, then I show you themselves in activity there. So that should tell you something. Some of them are calling themselves God, and they are God. What I'm saying,
There is no hiding.
my black people, you got to wake up. When these God men get arrested,
No place
they have no magical power to get them out of jail.
under the ocean.
They have no magical word to break the lock, to release themselves.
Above the ocean.
That should tell you something.
There's no hiding place.
They have no mystical word to release themselves from jail. They have no money to bail themselves.
With this nuclear
If I'm God and I go to jail, I have to use word to get myself out to open the locks.
to do.
Because the locks have been locked by man.
With this nuclear weapon.
And maybe God of himself does not have the key to open the lock.
Go to the ocean.
Maybe Satan is the one that have the key. Hello?
He's afraid.
Maybe Satan is the one that have the key to open all these lock when all these Jesus men go to jail and can't get out of jail. They have no money to bail themselves out, but yet still they're God man.
He don't know.
You're God. They make all things.
He don't know
Look,
what to do.
in the English language, when they put the word God, G-O-D, and if
He kill boys.
the definition of that word in the English language is the one that make it the stars and the moon and make it the earth. That's what it is.
He kill birds and
But before the word God, the earth and the stars and the moon were here.
fish in the ocean.
You can't understand that part.
What you gonna do?
What about if I said there's a God coming into existence? When he came in existence, he saw the moon, the stars, and the earth, and the fish on the water, and all the beasts. And he claims all of that to be he made it. Because if you go back into the Bible, the water were here. And all the animals were here. And they were sleeping. If you go back to Genesis, God called them up out of the earth according to their kind, male and female. He called them out of the earth. That's what the Bible is saying.
You think he can help you?
Is it right?
With this nuclear weapon.
You have to go into your thought and get your full understanding of things.
For the appointed time.
Then you will understand much better. And you do not need to read from a book. Book is made by man. And either from your thought or from what your eyes saw or from your doing or somebody else doing. That's how a book is written. Hello? So once you got an understanding, you will understand at all times. So what I'm saying to my black people, black men, you gotta wake up. And those of you that is struggling, when you go, take pictures. If you're digging up the dead man bone, take pictures. Don't go up here with some pictures of a dead man bone that you and elaborating on all of that. You're expressing those dead man bones, and you have not bring them in existence.
Weeping time soon come.
Like those icons behind me. Those are in to the pyramid of the pharaohs. You can go there and get pictures. You take pictures of them. But guess what? The white men touch them up. More paint. Some of them. And they change some of the colors. So you have to be careful too. Because they try to make them look just like themselves. Make them brown and browner and browner. Completely brown to white. So you have to be careful. So if you can go and rediscover one of them that nobody discovered, and you take pictures before anybody because they're in color. See? So the black